Going the distance with local sports. Covering the Loretto Mustangs, Summertown Eagles, and Lawrence County Wildcats. Basketball, football, baseball, and more. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody here to Summertown High School, the site for tonight's district championship matchup here between the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Loretto Lady Mustangs, and the home team on the scoreboard, the Lady Eagles of Summertown. This is AJ Good, joined by Adam Lindsay and Rodney Livingston for tonight's game. Taking a look here quickly at the lineups for both sides, starting first with the team batting first in Loretto, Aubrey Zell batting first in left field. Riley Dover batting second, the shortstop. Emily Cozart, the pitcher, batting third. Cambry Hansen, the designated player, batting fourth. Batting fifth and catching, J.B. Clifton. Batting sixth at first base, Addison Bowie. Batting seventh at third base, Carly Urban. Batting eighth in right field, Breeley Winters. And rounding up the lineup in center field is Jerica Ray. For the Lady Eagles, leading off in shortstop, Erica Abbott. Batting second in center field, Mackenzie Reynolds. Batting third and pitching, Hannah Lindsay. Batting fourth at first base, Anna Burleson. Batting fifth at second base, Reagan Burleson. Batting sixth at third base, Hannah Jones. Batting seventh and catching, Greenlee Taylor. Batting eighth in left field, Abriana Davis. And rounding out the lineup in right field will be Caitlin Gillen. Guys, the fourth time these two have played each other this year. At Loretto, Summertown won that one 6-0, but so far, both the games here in Summertown have been two-run wins, 7-5 on April 18th, and of course earlier in the week here on Tuesday, a 6-4 win for Loretto over Summertown. And Rodney, we saw just like we saw last year, got to the midway point, really turned it on, had a great season, and it's like deja vu all over again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Had to figure a few things out at the beginning of the season, but seeming to hit the stride here at the late part of the season, so it's good to see.
First pitch from Hannah Lindsay to Aubrey Zell is in there for strike one. Zell, the right-handed hitting left fielder. Next pitch from Lindsay. That one misses away for ball one. Had to move the game back an hour to get the field ready. Had a lot of rain in Lawrence County earlier today. Comes a 1-1. Misses away for ball two. Lindsay, who had a great game yesterday, a complete game shutout, did it in just 59 pitches. Here's a 2-1. Up the middle, right back to Lindsay. She'll toss over to Anna Burleson at first for the first out of the inning. That will bring up the very dangerous two-hole hitter in Briley Dover, who is as hot as anybody in the state right now.
And AJ, I'll just be honest, I'm just happy to be here today after last night.
We're happy you're here.
We are, yes.
When I woke up this morning, the sun wasn't even shining, but it was shining there around me. So it was just a good day. So
first pitch from Lindsay misses away for ball one. If you would have had a smartwatch on you in right field, you would have tracked 20,000 steps last night.
Oh, for sure. No doubt.
Next pitch misses low for ball two.
I'm just glad there wasn't a microphone out there that was live, that was on my lips, because there are probably some things that could not be repeated.
That next pitch is in the dirt for ball three. Like we talked about earlier, Adam, Briley's just one of those hitters that you don't want to give her anything to hit, and if you walk her, you just walk her.
Yeah.
Here's a 3-0. That one's on the outside corner for strike one. Summertown wearing black uniforms, blue numerals. Loretto in their gold tops and black pants. Here's a 3-1. That one misses away for ball four, and we got a runner on first and one out. Brings up the opposing pitcher, and Emily Cozart. Rodney Cozart has really kind of come on strong here in the last couple weeks, swinging the bat very well and even added a couple home runs through the process.
She has, yeah, and pitching very well from the circle as well. So hopefully have a good outing today.
First pitch from Lindsay. Dover takes off for second, and she's in there with the stolen base. First one here from either side. first pitch was a ball. It was. Comes a 1-0. Hit over through the right side. That's going to get through for a base hit. Dover's going to round third. Here comes a throw, not in time, and the Lady Mustangs take an early 1-0 lead. And right when we say it there, Kozar pokes it in the right field. It's a 1-0 Loretto lead. They'll bring up the cleanup hitter and the designated player in Cambry Hansen.
Now at the bat, number 18, Cambria.
Going to have a courtesy runner here for the pitcher. Jesse Chance is going to come in and run for Emily Kozar.
So Chance now on first. 1 on, 1 out. Lady Mustangs have struck first. Next pitch from Lindsay. That one's in there at the belt for strike 1.
If you're Lindsay, the way the first 2 previous games have gone for Summertown, if you can keep the opposing team under 6 runs in the first inning, you're actually doing pretty good, AJ. So there's positives here.
Here's the 0-1. That one misses away for ball 1. It's one thing Loretto has done really well in this hot streak, has kind of gotten out and jumped ahead of teams early on and made them have to come back from multiple run deficits.
I agree.
Here's a 1-1. That one misses away for ball 2, but it's honestly something Summertown has done a pretty good job of here lately. We've seen them against the CAs of the world and the Force of the world and go down early and just fight back, and or like the other night, go down 6-0, score 17 unanswered. Here's a 2-1. Lined up the middle. That's going to get through a base hit. Everybody's going to advance a bag. Now we got 2 on with 1 out. Going to bring up the 5-hole hitter and the catcher in J.B. Clifton.
Now at the bat,
Well struck ball there by Hansen.
She's been hitting the ball well as of late. Played second base some earlier in the year, but kind of molded into the DP spot and has really showed out at the plate.
Addison Bowie waiting on deck. Here's the first pitch to Clifton. That's a bunt. That's going to go foul for strike 1.
I think JB would like to take that bunt back next time. Of course, it might have been in protection mode because it might have popped her in the ankle or so if she hadn't have fouled that one off.
Comes the 0-1 from Lindsay. That one's fouled back again for strike 2. I tried to do that in college, Adam. I tried to protect myself with a bunt on a 94-mile-an-hour two-seamer, and well, I fouled it, but I fouled it back into my shins. So didn't really do a good job with that. Here's an 0-2. That one misses away for ball 1. Lindsay yesterday had a ton of ground ball outs to go along with her 4 strikeouts. Comes a 1-2. And there's a ground ball to Abbott at short and bobbles it, and everyone's going to be safe. The first error from either side. Now the bases are loaded here with 1 out in the top of the first. Brings up the first baseman, the 6-hole hitter, and Addison Bowie.
Now at the bat, number 17, Addison.
It's going to be a tough play either way there for Abbott. Now the infield will play in here for the Lady Eagles. Bowie with a lot of pop here at the 6-hole spot. Comes the first pitch from Lindsay. This is high and away for ball 1. Wind really whipping out here, blowing straight out to left. We do have storms on their way, but they said that yesterday, and we're still able to get the game in. Here's a 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. You never know with those guys at Tennessee Valley weather.
As my dad used to say, if you ever lose your job, you can always be a weatherman because you always just say 50%. That'll cover it.
Here comes a 1-1. This one's sent over to Burleson at second. The throw to second is in time. Throw to first, and she is safe. That's going to add another run in Jesse Chance. Now we got runners on the corners, 2 outs. It's a 2-0 Loretto lead.
Now to bat, number 23.
That was a very close play at first base, AJ. I'd like to. I don't know if Will could pull up a replay on that one, but I would be curious about it.
It looked very close, but
yeah,
it's so hard to tell in real time if that ball
sure
got there or not. Brings up Carly Urban, the third baseman. First pitch from Lindsay. This is away for ball one. Now Bowie running out between first and second. They're just going to allow her to go to second. Runners on second and third. Still 2 gone here in the top of the first. A 2-0 Loretto lead. 1-0 the count to Urban. It's a sign from Taylor and goes to work. This is high for ball 2. Corner infield, playing in a step or two, right on top of the lines, and the rest of the defense is normal as that one's fouled near the Loretto dugout for strike 1. 2-1 the count now. Greeley Winters waiting on deck. If Urban can find her way on. Comes a 2-1. Fouled in the box off of her foot, and that will even up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes with deuces on the board and 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Lindsay back on the rubber. And the 2-2 delivery. Fouled off of the net. And Urban will stay alive here at the 2-2 count. Great crowd out here as to be expected between these in-county rivals. You even got to love the fans who, well, you know, skipped out on the ticket and hanging out in center field. Here's a 2-2 on the inside corner for strike 3, and that will end the inning. Lady Mustangs strike first with a pair of runs. The top of the first, Summertown will try to answer in the bottom half of the inning. Coming up next on the X Sports Network. Back here at Summertown, we go to the bottom of the first here, this district championship game. Leading things off for the Lady Eagles will be Eric Abbott, Mackenzie Reynolds, and Hannah Lindsay. Emily Cozart in the circle here tonight for Loretto. Having to face the very dangerous Erica Abbott. Abbott, who's maybe one of the fastest, not just leadoff hitters in the state, but maybe in the state, period. Also has a lot of pop, can drive the ball over the wall. First pitch from Cozart. That misses away for ball 1. Infield, middle infield playing back, outfield playing pretty deep. Here's a 1-0. That one's in there for strike 1. Corner infield playing even with the bag. Cozart here comes up with the 1-1. That's a changeup, misses high for ball 2. Two-1 from Cozart. That one misses away for ball 3. Hitters count now for Abbott here at the top of the order. And as the Daytona 500 drives by us, here's the 3-1. That one's fouled away for strike 2. Never understood why your vehicle, unless you're a NASCAR, needs to be that loud.
Well,
do you have one, Adam?
you know, as a teenager, you tend to think it attracts ladies. AJ, I don't know if that's actually true, but
Nah, it's not.
okay.
Here's a full count offering. This one's lined in the left field, right at Ezel out there in left, and that will be the first out of the inning. Brings up the center fielder and Mackenzie Reynolds. Reynolds, who was the difference in yesterday's game with Giles County with the two-run shot over the fence and right. Had 2 of the 3 Lady Eagles hits in that game. Faced Cozart for the first time tonight, but has faced her numerous times in the past. Here's the first pitch. Change up in there for strike 1. Another left-hander. A lot of left-handers in this Lady Eagle lineup. The 0-1. This one is fouled off of the net for strike 2. Never know what's going to happen when a ball hits the net here. I know it's designed that way so not many go into the neighbors' yards next door. Comes the 0-2. This is high for ball 1. Wind really picking up now. Blowing right at our backs, almost right out the dead center field. Comes a 1-2. This is overhead for ball 2. Yeah, sometimes just got to keep them honest, you know.
No, it's been hit twice here in the first inning, so.
Well, it's like a foul ball magnet. Well, here's a 2-2. That one misses away for ball 3. Full count now here to Reynolds. Anna Lindsay, the opposing pitcher, waiting on deck. Comes a full count offering. That one misses high for ball 4, and Reynolds gets on with 1 out here. The bottom of the first brings up the opposing pitcher in Hannah Lindsay.
Your pitcher, number 4.
Right now on the top of the 4th, Lawrence County and Page are tied up at 1 in their district semifinal matchup. Lady Cats, who have been on a roll as of late, trying to not only get in the championship game but go to the region next week. First pitch from Cozart into Lindsay is in there for strike 1. Adam Hanna's really swung the bat well here in the last 3 or 4 weeks, and a lot of that damage has really kind of been in that left center, right center gap.
Yeah, she does. She's been doing a good job of getting the bat head out front last few weeks, AJ.
Next pitch misses away, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Of course, it also helps when Abbott in the leadoff spot has 1,000 on base percentage for the last 4 weeks. She's coming to the plate a lot of times with somebody on base for sure, so that helps.
1-1 from Cozart. This one is hit in the left. Zell charging in on it, makes the catch. And that will be the second out of the inning. 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. Going to bring up the first baseman and Anna Burleson.
Now to bat. Your first baseman, number 32.
2 out.
Anna
Reynolds standing on first.
Burleson.
Comes the first pitch here from Cozart, and that one's hit high in the air to left. Zell tracking that one. That one's going to get over her head. Reynolds on her way to third. Burleson's going to get in there with a double.
Coach Burleson is very upset.
2 outs,
I
and she
think.
wasn't running. Yeah.
Well, she ran on the contact, and when she got to second base, she actually stopped. I'm curious there if she doesn't
Your
score
second baseman,
just on
number 6,
contact.
Reagan Burleson.
Brings up Reagan Burleson here, the 5-hole hitter. Who was the guy from the Braves that did that in the World Series, Game 7?
I can't remember. I know who you're talking about.
Here's the first pitch from Cozart, misses high for ball 1. Now we're talking the 91 against the Twins. Was it 90? 1990 when that guy got faked out by the Chuck Knobloch fake double play? Here's the 1-0. That one misses away and high for ball 2. Anna Jones waiting on deck.
We'll have to Google it. That's what
I
everybody
just
else
saw the
does.
video about it today. I'm in my Lonnie something. I won't say it's Lonnie Wilson, but I know I'm wrong. Here's a 2-0.
You're talking about for the Braves?
Yeah.
Be Lonnie Smith.
Lonnie Smith, see?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I remember just watching that video today about that. Greatest blunders in baseball history. Comes a 3-0 from Cozart. And one's going to miss away for ball 4, and the bases are loaded now with 2 outs here for Hannah Jones. And Adam, another Lady Eagle who's got a lot of pop in this lineup.
Yeah, she's been she started out the season great, kind of slumped a little bit, but man, her bat is so important in this lineup. She just needs a little confidence. But yeah, she's a talented young kid, man. We just need her bat to get picked up some.
It's the second free pass issued there by Cozart here in the inning. First pitch here from Cozart. That's in there for strike 1. Greenlee Taylor waiting on deck. 0-1 the count here, 2 outs, bases loaded here in the bottom of the first. Comes the 0-1. Lined hard, but way foul for strike 2. A lot of Loretto fans there held their breath. That was good contact. She was just way out ahead of it.
Yeah.
0-2 the count here. Comes the 0-2. Line down the left field line. That one's foul again. Another well-struck ball, but not inside the lines.
If you're Jones right here, you've got to think that a changeup is probably right around the corner. And Coco's got a pretty solid one at times. So you've got to have that in the back of your mind, I think.
Another different thing that Cozart does is she doesn't have that big full windup. It's actually almost like a
Pretty
slide
quick.
step in baseball. It's pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Comes the 0-2. That one's fouled back again. Third straight foul ball by Jones. Count will stay at 0-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs here. I know it's early in the game, guys, but this certainly feels like a big situation. 0-2 from Cozart. Change up. Misses just away and high for ball 1. 5th pitch of the at bat. Cozart here gets a sign from Clifton. Here's a 1-2. Just misses in for ball 2. Loretto fans don't agree with that one too much.
I will say this. That looked like a strike to me. I will give him the benefit of the doubt on the previous changeup. It was up a little, and that's a borderline. They'll call something they want. But that one right there, AJ, I don't know what to say. That one just looked solid.
Here's a 2-2. Jones hits this one high in the air. Clifton having to battle the bat and makes the catch there, and that one will end the inning. Lady Eagles strand the bases loaded here in the bottom of the first. Go to the top of the second with a 2-0 Loretto lead. That's coming up next on the X Sports Network.
Tennessee Flight Training. We are training the next generation of pilots. Come and see why Tennessee Flight Training is the best way to learn to fly. Tennessee Flight Training. The skies are calling.
Have an H&R Block Tax Pro do your taxes online, and tax season feels just as good as all those other seasons, like wedding season.
I W-2 you.
Taxes.
File from anywhere with the expertise of an H&R Block Tax Pro.
Back here in Summertown as we go to the top of the second inning, a 2-0 Loretto lead here in this district final. 8-9-1 due up here for the Lady Mustangs. Breeley Winters, Jerica Ray, Aubrey Ezel. Hannah Lindsay on for her second inning of work. In the first, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, a walk, a strikeout through 28 pitches. An update from Lewisburg. Lawrence County is leading Page 2-1 right now in the bottom of the 5th inning. So if the Lady Cats can stay hot, pull that one out, they'll take on the juggernaut known as Lincoln County later tonight and obviously go into the next round into the region tournament. First pitch here from Lindsay to Winters. This one's up the middle. Abbott fields it, throws over to first in time for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 gone here in the top of the second. We'll bring up the center fielder in Jerica Ray. Rodney, you know this as well as I do. Ray is almost like your second leadoff.
Yes, sir.
when she gets on, and you got Aubrey and Briley behind her, it's almost like 1, 2, 3 at the top of the order.
It is, yeah, a lot of speed.
First pitch from Lindsay, misses away for ball 1.
She's bunted quite a bit this year, so wouldn't be surprised at that in this spot.
Corner infield guarding the lines. Here's the 1-0. This one is blooped in the right field, but just over Anna Burleson's head for strike 1. And members of the Loretto baseball team here behind us. They'll be taking on White House Heritage tomorrow night in Fairview in their first round of the region tournament. Here's a 1-1. This is low and away for ball 2. Two to 1 the count here to Ray. Next pitch from Lindsay. Swung on and missed for strike 2. 2-2 count here, the 9-hole hitter for the Lady Mustangs. Here's the next pitch. Sent in the right field, a base hit. Quick throw trying to get her at first, not in time. A 1-out single. Third hit of the game for the Lady Mustangs. Now brings up the top of the order Aubrey Zell, who tapped back to Lindsay, the pitcher, in her first at bat in the previous inning. 1-on-1 out here in the top of the second. First pitch here from Lindsay. That one's in there for strike 1. Middle infield playing towards double play depth. Still got the corner infield guard on the line. The outfield straight away in all 3 spots. Comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Runner's going to take off for second. She's in there with the stolen base. 0-2 count. Now a runner on second. Second stolen base here by the Lady Mustangs. Runner in scoring position here with 1 out. Dangerous Briley Dover waiting on deck. Comes the 0-2. Hit over to Jones at third. Throw over to first is in time.
That's
Ray
trouble.
takes off for third. And she's out.
Not a good decision.
A double play there to end the inning as we go to the bottom of the second here with Loretto leading Summertown 2-0. That's next on the Exports Network.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
And back here at Summertown, here in this district final, as Loretto leads Summertown 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Taking a look at the live look over in Lewisburg, Lawrence County still leading Page 2-1, the bottom of the 5th inning. Due up here, 7-8-9 for the Lady Eagles. Greenlee Tater, Brianna Davis, and Caitlin Gillum here. Due up in the bottom of the second. Emily Cozart on for her second inning of work, and the first gave up a hit. No runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts through 27 pitches. Taylor on for the first time here tonight against Cozart. The first pitch. That one's in there for strike 1. Middle infield playing back. Corner infield playing in. Outfield playing straight away here for the Lady Mustangs. Here's the 0-1. Misses high for ball 1. Wind continues to whip out here in Summertown. Mainly in and towards left. Here's a 1-1. Swung on a miss for strike 2. Davis waiting on deck here for the Lady Eagles. here comes a 1-2. Swung on a miss for strike 3, and that will be the first out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for Cozart. Brings up Abriana Davis, the left fielder.
Now to bat. Your left field, number 1, Abriana Davis.
Right-handed hitting left fielder steps in. Cozart gets a sign from Clifton. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And here comes the 0-1 from Cozart. And she gets down a bunt. Cozart fields it, the throw to first. In time for the second out of the inning. Good stretch there by Bowie to get her arm out just enough to make the play. 2 gone here in the bottom of the second inning. Brings up the 9-hole hitter in Caitlin Gillum.
Now to bat. Your right fielder.
Just like we mentioned earlier with Ray, Adam, Gillum can be the same. Almost a second leadoff, especially when you got a very dangerous hitter like Abbott on deck.
Yeah, that's correct. She's got a little pop, too, in this spot, too.
First pitch here from Cozart, and that one's in there for strike 1. Won the count. Comes the next pitch. That one misses high for ball 1. Comes a 1-1 from Cozart. Foul back off the net. It's almost like they're playing a game with their GoPro there, Will. They're so close. It's like, what's that game with the clowns? You got to hit them with those heavy balls.
Knock them down.
Yeah. I don't know the name of it, but here's a 1-2. Misses low and in for ball 2.
GoPro view right now.
Yeah, it's taking a shot a couple times.
Well, at least you got a good shot of the sky. Here's a 2-2. That one's fouled back, and Gillum will stay alive here with a 2-2 count.
Might be back down on the field now, Will. Took a shot there. Tuesday night we took dibs on how many times we thought it'd get hit. It didn't get hit a single time.
And it's been hit, what, 3 times already tonight? Here's a 2-2. That one's in the dirt. Count will even up here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Already 6 pitches in this at bat. Good battle here between Gillum and Cozart. Abbott waiting on deck. Cozart with the sign from Clifton. Here comes a full count offering. This is high for ball 4. Third free pass issued by Cozart in the game. Brings up that top of the order here in Erica Abbott.
If you're Abbott here, Cozart's thrown 3 great first pitch strikes. She's a tough kid you want to get behind on. You know, you don't want to get behind her. She's got great movement on the ball. First pitch here might be what you'd be looking for.
Comes the first pitch from Cozart. This is high for ball 1.
And I say that, and she throws one head high. So
she looked like she was ready to swing in your defense.
That does make me feel better, AJ. Thank you.
Guns a 1-up. This is high for ball 2. And I know, Rodney, walks have kind of been an issue for the Lady Mustang pitching staff really all season long. And
they have. They come back to haunt you. You just can't walk batters. Coco's been a little sporadic all season, has pitched well, but
Abbott lays down a bunt.
That's trouble.
Cozart will throw to first, not in time. Abbott with an infield single. Second hit of the game for the Lady Eagles. Now we got 2 on for Mackenzie Reynolds.
But I'll tell you, AJ, Cozart to me is what the definition of what I like to call a big game pitcher. You know, she'll have her rough times, you know, but, you know, that Giles County game the other night, I thought she was amazing. Pounding the strike zone. I mean, so she comes up big when it matters. That kid pitched great toward the end of last year, you know, getting them into the state. So she's what I like to call a big game pitcher.
I was getting ready to mention that. She pitched just about every big game they needed last year. First pitch here to Reynolds. Misses. No, excuse me. That one's in there for strike 1. Get my pitches mixed up every now and again, Rodney.
Umpires do too.
Yeah.
You're probably just getting used to calling that a ball because that's been called a ball a few times.
Here's the 0-1. That one is fouled off the net for strike 2. Reynolds, who walked in her previous at bat. Another multi-runner, 2-out situation here for the Lady Eagles. Got Hannah Lindsay waiting on deck. Wind blowing straight out in the left. Comes the 0-2. Misses away for ball 1. The ball had some extra juice to that one. You can tell it looked like it got to a spot and just went in the opposite direction. Comes a 1-2 from Cozart. This one is hit in the center field, and that one's going to get down. Gillum is in. Abbott rounding third. She will score, and we are tied at 2 off the 2-out, 2-run double from Mackenzie Reynolds.
Guys, when she laid out, Briley Dover was coming over, and she blocked me from where I'm sitting. So
I thought she caught it too.
When she laid out, she had a great beat on it. I just thought the ball was caught until I saw the left fielder running toward the wall. But what an effort.
Yeah, I thought she came up with that one as well.
Yeah.
First pitch here from Cozart to Lindsay. That one misses a bit high for ball 1.
And I'm going to tell you, that young lady can fly out there, because I don't know many center fielders that would have even made that even look like a possible play. That looked like a for sure easy hit.
Comes a 1-0 and misses away for ball 2. It's one thing about really both sides is the speed, both of these lineups, and then you see it out there and defensively as well.
Yeah.
Comes a 2-0 from Cozart, and misses high for ball 3. Got Anna Burleson waiting on deck if Lindsay can find a way on. Comes a 3-0. Hit high in the air to center. Ray camps underneath it, makes the catch, and that will end the inning. Mackenzie Reynolds with a 2-out, 2-run double has tied this one at 2 as we head to the top of the 3rd here on the X Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to spruce up the interior or exterior of your home or business, trust Lawrenceburg Glass to provide a one-of-a-kind product. From windows to mirrors, shower doors, custom framing, storefront installations, and everything in between, Lawrenceburg Glass takes pride in our quality craftsmanship and strong attention to detail. With us, your customer experience always exceeds expectations. We're reliable, on time, and we deliver stunning results. Lawrenceburg Glass. Our passion is reflected in our work.
Great food is just a short drive to Heine's Barbecue in Lawrenceburg. Mouth-watering is just one way to describe the amazing flavors of the best piece of Heine in town when you dig into a plate of pulled pork, hand-chopped brisket, chicken, wood-fire oven pizzas, and the menu goes on. Wash it all down with a swig of Heine Shine lemonade and then make your way over to the gift shop full of Heine sauces, snacks, and more. Heine's Barbecue.
And back here at Summertown, we go to the top of the 3rd here at the game, tied at 2 in this district final. An update in Lewisburg. Lawrence County leading Page 2-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and now they just tied it up at 2. So all knotted up at 2 there in the bottom of the 6th.
Now to bat, number 4.
Actually, and they just took the lead. So it's a 3-2 Page lead now in the bottom of the 6th. Briley Dover to lead things off here for the Lady Mustangs. First pitch misses away for ball 1. She walked and scored a run in her first at bat in the first. Lindsay on for her 3rd inning of work through 2 runs off 3 hits, a walk and a strikeout. Right now, 38 pitches. This one is grounded over to Abbott at short. The throw over to first is in time, and that will be the first out of the inning. One gone here in the top of the 3rd brings up Emily Cozart. Single in the right
Now to bat
for an RBI, and her courtesy runner scored the 2nd run of the game for the Lady Mustangs.
That's a huge out for Summertown to get that young lady leading off, for sure.
First pitch from Lindsay misses low for ball 1. So wind continues to really right at our backs out towards left center. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike one.
Good pitch there from Lindsay. It's just dropping, and it makes the hitters look almost funny.
Here's a 1-1 from Lindsay. This one is sent over to Burleson at second. Throws over to Anna in time for the second out of the inning.
I'll tell you something about that drop ball, Rodney, though. It's like a rise ball that doesn't rise. If it doesn't drop, it tends to go a long way.
It gets hit out.
Yes,
that's the danger.
It tends to crash through trees, sometimes into cars behind the fence, all kind of odd places. So yeah.
That's the danger of it.
Yep.
Can be.
Cambria Hansen due up now. First pitch is foul for strike one. She had a single in the first inning here, facing Lindsay for the second time.
Not sure that swing wasn't just in self-defense there.
Yeah.
Looked like that ball was coming up and in.
Yeah. You know, she left one out over the plate to Hansen. You know, her first at bat, boy, she hit a shot right back up the middle, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, right up the middle.
Yeah.
Next pitch misses high for ball one.
This young lady, I think Rodney could explain more with her since he's seen her so much, but I think she's got some power from watching her. She looks like a strong kid. And a beautiful swing, too.
Next pitch misses low and in for ball two.
Yeah, I think she's got a future at the plate for sure. She's just a freshman.
I agree.
So.
Comes a 2-1 from Lindsay. This one is hit in the air, will stay in the infield. Abbott calls everybody off, makes the catch. That will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. The top of the third, we go to the bottom half of the inning. Game tied at 2 in this district final here on the X Sports Network.
For decades, First Class Charter has provided high-quality motor coach transportation services to the Tennessee Valley. With numerous safety and cleanliness accreditations, First Class Charter is ready to make your group trip a reality. Contact us today by visiting firstclasscharter.net. First Class Charter, the official motor coach company of the North Alabama Lions.
Back here in Summertown in this district final. It's a 2-2 game as we go to the bottom of the third. 4-5-6 due up here for the Lady Eagles. Anna Burleson, Reagan Burleson, and Hannah Jones. Emily Cozart on for a third inning of work through 2. 2 runs off 3 hits, 3 walks, a strikeout at 51 pitches. An update over in Lewisburg. We go to the top of the 7th. Page, who got 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th, leads Lawrence County here 3-2 as they've got 4-5-6 due up in their order. So Reagan Burleson, who doubled off the wall in left on a high fly ball that got caught up in the wind and one off the wall in her first at bat. Due up here for the second time here against Burleson. Excuse me, against Cozart. So many Burlesons. Burlesons, Weathers,
your first baseman, number 32,
Boswells, we got them all. Comes the first pitch here from Cozart, misses away for ball one. Again, a great crowd out here. Sun setting a little bit, wind whips at times. Hopefully we can get at least, get a game in here before the rain comes, but if Ben Luna says it's coming, it's probably not. So here's the 1-0. This is high for ball 2.
I was just, you killed me right there because I thought you were going to say, if Ben Luna says it's coming, it must be. And then when you hit that, that just like hit me right in the gut, AJ.
It's a running joke, Kevin.
Okay,
Wright.
okay.
Kevin Wright and I have.
I got you.
Every time Ben says, oh, they're not playing tomorrow, they're playing. They're playing. Here's a 2-1. That misses high for ball. No, wait a minute.
Yes. See, I thought I had a 3-0 count.
Do you have 2-1?
I had 3-0.
I have 3-0. Yeah, I have 3-0.
I didn't think he called. I mean.
You have 3-1? Okay.
I think it has to be 3-0. There's only been 3 pitches, I thought. But
And next one misses. Well, okay, now that was 3-1.
Well,
okay,
I
now
think one of those pitches that was up a little bit that we thought he called a strike.
Okay.
I think that's what it had to have been.
Well, that's what happens when I make a Ben Luna joke.
Hey, it's worth it. It is worth it, AJ. You make as many Ben Luna jokes as you want. I love Ben, too.
We do. Comes a 3-1 here from Cozart, and that one is tap back foul for strike 2. Full count now here to Anna Burleson. Well, we were told yesterday, right, Will, that the weather was coming at 6:21, and we never saw it.
Yeah. Hey, it was 9:30 at night, and I get home finally last night, and it still hasn't rained. My driveway's dust.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It rained at my house in Lawrenceburg when I got home. Here's a 3-2. This one's hit high in the air. Might stay in play. Bowie going after it, makes the catch, and that will be the first out of the inning. Good job by Bowie running in on that one, and those are just the hardest. I'd rather face a ball off the wall in the outfield than face something like that.
Well, and the wind probably keeps that one in play there. Probably gets out if it's not for the wind.
Comes Reagan Burleson, the 5-hole hitter. Walked in her first at bat in the first inning. First pitch from Cozart. This is low and in for ball 1. Oh, that's dangerous. Oh, he made it. Okay. Yeah. Had a little one here who made a death-defying stunt underneath our tripod. Next pitch misses away for ball 2.
That looked good. But I'll also admit, too, there was a pitch somewhere in that first at bat with Burleson that was called a strike that I don't know.
Next pitch hit high in the air, and this one. And now Lawrence County, that one's fouled away for strike 1. Lawrence County now down to their final out. That's Elizabeth Hagan at the plate. She hit a 2-run homer yesterday. Fouls that one away for a 1-2 count, so now they're down their final strike. 2-1 the count here to Burleson. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2 on a nice changeup there from Cozart. Changeups like that, remember Johan Santana from the Mets and the Twins. He had the best changeup in baseball, and that ball would go right down the middle, and guys would swing twice and not hit it. Comes a 2-2. Misses high, and the count goes full with 3 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, they had another pitcher that came in a few years after Santana, Minnesota. I don't know if you remember Francisco Liriano.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't remember whatever happened to those guys because they were dominant.
Well, Liriano went to Pittsburgh, and he was a part of that those good Pirate teams.
Yeah.
That always played in that, as the next pitch is fouled away, always played in that wild card game.
Yeah.
They won like 2 in a row, and then, my Cubs had to end that streak. Jake Arrieta threw the game of his life in Pittsburgh. Comes a full count offering. That misses away for ball 4. Second walk for Burleson. Fourth one issued by Cozart. Runner on first and 1 out here. Going to bring up Hannah Jones, the third baseman, who popped up to Clifton, the catcher. And now it's a final score as Lawrence County's season unfortunately comes to an end with the 3-2 loss to Page in the district semifinals. First pitch here from Cozart. This one's hit high in the air, and that one's going to get out of play for strike 1. Clifton made a great play that ended the bottom of the first when the bases were loaded, and she was trying to make a play on a pop-up, and the bat was right on the baseline, and she even had to look down slightly just to see where it was so she didn't step on it. Comes the 0-1 from Cozart. That one's on the inside corner for strike 2. 0-2 the count here of the Jones. Again, game tied at 2 here in the bottom of the third. Loretto got 2 in the top of the first. Summertown answered with 2 in the bottom of the second. And here comes the 0-2. And this is in the dirt for ball 1. Cozart now at 67 pitches, 34 strikes, 33 balls. Runner on first, 1 out, 1-2 count here to Jones. Comes a 1-2. That one's going to hit her on the knee.
She's looks like she will.
Yeah.
It's always good when you're hitting the knee and your dad's back there saying, "That'll work, we'll take it." Sounds like me. Sounds just like me. You know, when you're when your daughter's, I've had my daughter before rolling around in the box, and I'm saying, "Walk it off." You know, I've said that. I've said that my time. I'm not gonna admit. I'm not gonna lie. I have. So.
She looked like her ACL was about to burst right there. That'll work. Get on first.
Yeah, it was a shot right to the knee for sure. On that back knee there.
It makes me think, of course, of the of Major League with Corbin Burnson, one of the greatest.
Dorn, yeah.
Yes, one of the greatest. My favorite part of that whole thing, get out there and take me one.
Yeah.
And we need a base runner, and they hand him a bat and said, "That's not my bat."
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You're not.
You're not swinging.
No.
Come on, Dorn.
And then, of course, after he gets to first, they pat him on the butt and say, "Nice game."
Yeah.
So that was his game. Get hit and get to first.
He was the owner of the team in the
Yes,
second movie.
that's correct. Yeah.
Greenlee Taylor due up now. 0 for 1 with the strikeout in the second, on with 2 on and 1 out. Fifth free pass issued there by Cozart. 4 walks and a hit by pitch. Here's the first pitch here to Taylor. That one gets away. Each runner will advance off the wild pitch. Now the go-ahead runs are on second and third.
If you're Loretto right here, you got to start showing a little bit of concern for the pitch count. Also, though, if you're Summertown, you've got to start driving runs in. I know you've left the bases loaded once. You've got 2 on here. I mean, you've got to get these runs in. So both of these teams have some things right now that are challenging them.
Comes a 1-0 from Cozart. This is high for ball 2. Summertown's already left 4 on base in the game. Loretto's left 2 on base. Runners on second and third, 1 out. A 2-0 count here to Taylor. Aubriana Davis waiting on deck. It's a 2-0 from Cozart. Tries a bunt, and that one's going to be tapped back foul for strike 1. I can quote Major League pretty much in really a lot of sports situations.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
You can't really quote many of the Roger Dorn parts because, not suitable for the young sports network. Comes a 2-1. Misses high for ball 3. Hitters count now here for Taylor.
Will's got the look-in ability and the replay ability. We need to get the bleeping ability where
well, I've got the mute button.
Hey, you don't need it here. You just need that with Timmy with baseball.
Okay.
That's where you need it. We're fine usually over here, but Timmy, he could use it a few times.
3-1. That one misses away for ball 4, and now the bases are loaded with 1 out. Brings up Aubriana Davis, the left fielder. Tap back to Cozart, the pitcher, in her first at bat in the bottom of the second. Looks like we can get a courtesy runner coming in here for Taylor.
Now to bat. Your left fielder.
Davis up here for the second time.
Adriana Davis.
That is Chelsea Atkinson out there running. This first pitch is hit high in the air. And that one is going to go on top of the Summertown dugout here for strike 1.
I'm really curious. You've had Cozart who's walked 2 straight, and you swing at a first pitch that's at very high up. You know, you kind of want to make this young lady work if you're Summertown.
Comes the 0-1. That one misses low for ball 1.
I'll also say, too, I do hope there's medical staff here, which I'm sure we've got a few nurses. I know Nikki Urban's a nurse. If they leave bases loaded back-to-back innings, Coach Burleson may need some medical attention.
Comes the 1-1. This one's hit high in the air down the left field line. That one's going to get foul top of the dugout as well for strike 2. As some of my college teammates found out, or my small time in the minor leagues working for the Brewers organization, that sometimes you punch the cement, it punches back.
Yeah, that's right.
And they say it's a literal brick wall. It's a literal brick wall. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that's the second out of the inning. Big strikeout there from Cozart. It's her second of the game. Now brings up Caitlin Gill in the right fielder. Walked and scored a run in the previous inning. Here facing Cozart for the second time tonight. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Cozart gets a sign from Clifton. Comes the first pitch. This is high and in for ball 1. Comes a 1-0. Swing and a miss on that rise ball for strike 1.
Adam, you mentioned a while ago big spots in the game. I'm sure there'll be several of them in this game.
There will be.
This feels like another one.
There will be, you know. And
big spot for both teams.
Comes a 1-1.
And I know, Rodney, you were talking about how walks always come back and bite you. Runners left on base is the same thing. You know, those are just things you've got to drive runs in. You're not going to drive them all in, but you've got to capitalize, and that's for both teams.
Yeah. Especially when you get them in scoring position.
Yes.
You got to find a way to score.
Yeah.
1-2 the count here to Gillum. The next pitch. That one misses away for ball 2. A back pick here.
I'm going to tell you something. If that young lady's at the bag right there,
she's out.
I think that kid's out. I think she kind of caught herself off guard, caught the first baseman off guard with that pick as quick as it was. So
there's a 2-2 from Kozar. That one's fouled off the net as Gillum will stay alive with the 2-2 count. I mentioned earlier at the pitch count, Adam, Kozar now at 41. She's thrown 82. My goodness, I can't add 82. So she's thrown 31 in this inning so far.
She's a workhorse, you know. To put that in perspective, that's 15 pitches more than Lindsay threw in 7 innings last night. That's crazy. I mean, but this is the type of pitcher she is. You know, she throws a lot of pitches, but she works the batters hard. You know, she's got good movement. She works for strikeouts. I mean, it's not a thing whether she's worse or different than other pitchers. She's just different. You know, she's got her style and it works for her. You know.
Full count here to Gillum. And this is high and away for ball 4, and the Lady Eagles take the lead off the bases loaded walk as they lead this one 3-2 with the dangerous Erica Abbott. Now coming up next is head coach Stephen Darwin will make his way out to the circle here to talk with the infield and talk with Cozart as well. It's good to see Coach Darwin out there after some medical issues earlier in the season. Good to see him back on the field.
You know, I haven't talked to Coach Darwin much. I talked to him a night or two back, you know, to get the lineup from him. But, you know, he seems like a really, really nice guy, a really good guy. And I think these players really think a lot of him, too, from what I've been told. So it seems like he's really come in and meshed well with this program here at Loretto.
I think he had a treatment today.
Yeah.
He's in the process of chemo and radiation.
Abbott due up now, 1 for 2, flew out the left in the first.
I'm sure his conversation with Cozart was what not to do right here against this young lady.
A bunt single in her previous at bat. Next pitch misses high for ball 1. Scored a run in the second. And here comes a 1-0 from Cozart. And that one's in there for strike 1.
And I know these are high school kids and they're young, but this is the 3rd game for Loretto and the 4th for Summertown this week.
Yes.
So a lot of softball in 1 week.
Here's a 1-1. This one is hit foul down the left field line for strike 2.
And for Hannah and Coco, they both, I don't know what their pitch total is for the week, but it's got to be high.
Well, and you know, Lindsay, I think she threw 67, Hannah did last night. And, you know, I told her, you know, we were talking with a buddy of mine today, 67 really isn't a lot of pitches. I said the thing about it last night I think was the mental, you know, the strain of being under possibly your last game. I think that took a toll on her a lot more than the physical aspect.
Comes a 1-2 from Cozart. That misses away for ball 2.
It just amazes me, though, these kids, these young ladies, how strong they are and how much they can, all of them, can put their body through, especially at the college level. It's amazing to see.
Deuces on the board. Here comes a 2-2 from Cozart. This one is fouled off the net as Abbott stays alive with the 2-2 count. Summertown took the lead. Gillum bases loaded walk here as they lead at 3-2. 2-2 count here coming up. Next pitch from Cozart. A good block there by Clifton. And the count goes full of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Clifton has been very busy behind the plate there. I've only got 1 wild pitch so far in the game.
JB's done great back there. She's going hard.
Comes a full count here from Cozart. This one's lined but foul into the many rows of folding chairs out there down the right field line.
I told Abbott earlier in the year that if she got a hit in a certain situation, I'd get her some ice cream. She was wanting to cash in on that last night, but she said she doesn't like ice cream. So you would think you just take it and wouldn't complain. But
this one's hit high in the air. Zell calls everybody off, makes the catch, and that one will end the inning. Summertown takes the lead on the bases loaded walk. Lead at 3-2 as we go to the top of the 4th. It's coming up next on the X Sports Network.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app. Available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
It's time for some straight talk about zero-turn mowers. Husqvarna's zero-turn performance mowers with rugged commercial drive give you high performance and a comfortable ride. Heavy-duty frame and chassis and commercial hydraulics take no punishment. With warranties now up to 5 years and low financing options, there's no...
And back here at Summertown as we go to the top of the 4th inning here in this district final. A 3-2 Summertown lead. Due up here for the Lady Mustangs will be 5-6-7. J.B. Clifton, Addison Bowie, and Carly Urban. Hannah Lindsay on for a 4th inning of work through 3. Has given up a pair of runs, 3 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. Right now at 46 pitches. First pitch misses away for ball 1. Comes a 1-0. This one's hit up the middle. Burleson at second base. The play throws over the first in time for the first out of the inning. 1 gone here on the top of the 4th. Going to bring up the first baseman in Addison Bowie. Bowie, who hit into a fielder's choice, that brought home the second run of the game for Loretto in the top of the 1st inning. Facing Lindsay here for the second time. 3-2 Summertown lead. First pitch from Lindsay. That one's in there for strike 1. Comes the 0-1 from Lindsay. Hit high in the air, but out of play onto the road for strike 2. Bowie, the 6-0 hitter for Loretto. Comes the 0-2 from Lindsay. This one is tapped back foul, and the count will stay where it is, and no balls and 2 strikes. You know, Rodney, this Lady Mustang team just needs somebody to find their way on base right now. Lindsay's kind of in a groove here and is doing what she does best and gets a lot of ground ball outs.
Pitching well, no doubt, and Loretto is struggling to get a base runner.
The 0-2, that one misses low for ball 1.
Just trying to get on base in games like this. A walk, a hit by pitch.
As I've heard many times in the game, 2 bloops, a bleep, and a blast, and we're back in this thing. 1-2, swung on a miss, dropped by Taylor, but the throw over to first will be in time. That will be the second out of the inning. Second strikeout of the game for Lindsay. Brings up the third baseman, and Carly Urban struck out looking, and her first at bat. That ended the top of the first inning.
Now to bat, number 23, Carly Urban.
Facing Lindsay here for the second time. Continues the whip. Here's the first pitch, misses low for ball one. As we mentioned earlier, Lawrence County fell late to Page in the district semifinal. Patriots advance to take on Lincoln County. And in college softball earlier today, here comes a 1-0. Misses low for ball two. North Alabama upset the top seed in the A-Sun tournament, the 18th ranked team in the country, Central Arkansas, 2-0. Lawrence County's Macy Bertishaw's complete game shutout. Gave up just 4 hits and struck out 6. Here's the 2-0. That one's in there for strike one. And also, Georgia Land, Lawrence County's own, had an RBI in that game. So I have Summertown's Haley Jones on that team as well. Had a big game previously against Florida Gulf Coast. Next pitch in there for strike two. Deuce is on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Full count offering, and a 2-2 coming up. And that one is hit off of the net in front of the Loretto dugout. The count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Adam has taken his contract allowed
inning break.
Inning break, yeah. You go pace in right field. Here's a 2-2. Ground ball over to Jones, struggles with it. The throw over to first. A good stretch by Burleson over at first in time. That will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the fourth. We go to the bottom half of the inning. Coming up next on the X Sports Network.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
And back here in Summertown as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Lady Eagles lead Loretto here 3-2 here in this district final. Due up here for the Lady Eagles 2-3-4. Mackenzie Reynolds, Hannah Lindsay, and Anna Burleson. Emily Cozart on for a fourth inning of work here through 3. Has given up 3 runs off 3 hits, 6 walks, a hit by pitch, 2 strikeouts through 92 pitches. Reynolds, who's 1 for 1, a walk in the first, and a 2-run double that tied the game up in the bottom of the second. Third time here against Cozart. What does Cozart need to do here, Rodney, just to kind of settle things down here after some second and third inning? We're kind of rocky there.
Definitely needs to throw strikes. Plenty of strikes right here. Starts out with a ball.
First pitch misses high and in for ball 1.
You know she's got to be a little tired, though, after the weekend, so you're just hoping she can pull it together and push through here.
Next pitch is fouled off of the dugout down the left field line for strike 1.
Be nice for Loretto to have a 3 up, 3 down inning here defensively. Just Summertown's loaded the bases twice. And
next pitch misses low for ball 2. They load the bases in the first and
in the third.
Yeah.
Had 7 come to bat last inning, so it's be good for a short inning here for the Mustangs. Got some work going on in the bullpen down here. Kirsten Randall,
yeah, warming up down there. Had one of her pitches find its way into the outfield. Here's a 2-1. That one misses high for ball 3. If Summertown does win, there'll be another game, weather permitting, right after this one. Comes a 3-1. This one is a single in the right field from Reynolds. It's her second hit of the game. Third time she's reached base. Brings up Hannah Lindsay, the opposing pitcher, is 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts. 1 to left in the first and 1 to center in the second. So here against Kozar for the second time. Kozar gets a sign from Clifton. Here comes the first pitch. This is high for ball 1. Kozar now at 98 pitches, 50 balls, 48 strikes. Comes a 1-0. Hit high in the air. Kozar calls everybody off and makes the catch here for the first out of the inning. Bring up Anna Burleson here, the first baseman, who's 1 for 2. A double off the wall and left in the first, and then popped up the buoy over at first in foul territory in the third. Facing Kozar here for the third time. Reynolds standing on first base.
Welcome back, Adam.
Thank you. Thank you for guys letting me have my exports allocated break. That was in my contract. Appreciate it.
First pitch was his eye for ball 1. Now you're really sounding like Roger Dorn. Breaking out the contract.
Yeah, have to, you know.
Don't make Ben Luna go all Lou Brown on you.
Yeah.
Comes a 1-0. That one is bunted foul for strike 1. Hey, Lou, how would you like to manage the Indians this year? Oh, I don't know. Hang on, would you? I got a guy on the other line about some white walls. That might be my favorite line of that movie. It's the perfect epitome of what Cleveland was. Here's a 1-1. This one's hit high in the air, going to stay on the infield. Clifton rips off the mask, makes the catch just a bit in foul territory here for the second out of the inning. Brings up Reagan Burleson, the second baseman, walked them both of her at-bats in the first and third, and scored the go-ahead run here in the third on a bases-loaded walk.
Number 6, Reagan Burleson.
So Kozar doing exactly what you said she needed to do, Rodney, and that's just pelt the strike zone after 92 pitches through 3 innings. This one is lined down the left field line, a base hit. Ezell struggles with it a bit, but Reynolds will stay at second.
I think Ezell might have slipped, and I bet that grass is pretty soggy and wet out there. But she did a great job keeping it in front of her, though.
And getting it in quickly as well.
That could have been disastrous if it would have gotten by.
Bring up Hannah Jones, a third baseman, 0 for 1. Had a pop-up to Clifton, the catcher, that ended the first, and took a fastball off of the kneecap in the third. It might have had our best fan saying of the season. That'll work.
Walk it off.
First pitch on the inside corner for strike 1.
Summertown's done this every inning. Loretto gets a couple outs, and then they find a way to get on and get some base runners. So
comes the 0-1. This one's hit high in the air. Dover gets called off by Ezell. She'll make the catch, and that will end the inning. Lady Eagles strand 2 in the bottom of the 4th. It's a 3-2 Summertown lead as we go to the top of the 5th here on the X Sports Network.
Whether it's popcorn, biscuits, or automotive, you need the right ingredients to achieve the best results. Heritage Automotive is proud to serve our community with a continually growing inventory. We also help our community grow by contributing to a vibrant economy, which helps build schools. I'm Keith Durham, and I'm the General Manager here at Heritage Automotive, and it's my job to make sure that you're 100% satisfied. Heritage Automotive, your hometown Chevy and GMC dealer.
And back here at Summertown as we go to the top of the 5th inning here. Oops, my bad, Will. And back here in Summertown as we go to the top of the 5th inning here. A 3-2 Summertown lead in this district final. Due up here for the Lady Mustangs of Loretto. 8-9-1. Breeley Winters, Jerica Ray, and Aubrey Ezell. Hannah Lindsay on for her 5th inning of work through 4 2-runs off 3 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts. Right now 59 pitches. First one here to Winters is on the inside corner for strike 1.
AJ, I know you're a baseball guy and you know you love statistics and stuff like that. What's the softball record for most runners left on base in a game? Any idea?
Well, I did one. I covered a college tournament game. That next pitch misses for ball one. My first NCAA softball tournament, Marshall played at Kentucky. Next pitch. That one is ball two. Ball two.
Yeah.
So Marshall took Kentucky to 17 innings on day one. That one is fouled away for strike two. The Herd had 18 runners left on base, and Kentucky had 22 in a 2-2 game that Kentucky won 3-2 on a walk-off. So they beat Notre Dame the next day at 10 a.m., came back and played Virginia Tech. That game went to 22 innings.
Man.
And each of them left 20-plus on base as winners. Lines this one here to Abbott at short. Good stretch by Burleson over there at first for the first out of the inning. Brings up Jerica Ray, the center fielder, who singled in her first at bat and was eventually thrown out on an inning-ending wild 5-3-3-5 double play, or 5-3-5 double play. Yeah. Yeah, I have the way my app works, it's funky. I got to catch myself sometimes. First pitch in there for strike one. Yeah, that was a long tournament for me, Adam, because I missed every deadline due to all those, playing 3 games in one deal there. Here's the 0-1. That one's on the outside corner for strike two. Those are good to experience. I mean, college, if anyone's ever been to a D1 regional or super regional or the College World Series, a lot of fun. Next pitch misses high and in for ball one. 1-2 the count here to Jerica Ray, the center fielder, 9-0 hitter for the Lady Mustangs. Next pitch from Lindsay. This is blown away for ball two. Lindsay getting in a groove here, working really quickly. As Will has brought up the Luna Vision.
Luna Vision.
Well, I'll show it in a minute.
Yeah. This one's chopped up the middle. Good play by Lindsay. Throws over to Burleson at first here for the second out of the inning. 2 gone, brings up the top of the order, and Aubrey Zeller's 0 for 2 with a pair of ground outs. 1 to Lindsay, the pitcher in the first, 1 to third in the second.
Speaking of Lindsay, I'm in Major League. Lindsay, I think, at times has the fear of throwing the ball to first. If you remember the catcher who couldn't throw the ball to first base.
Yeah. Second movie, yeah.
Yes. And, of course, I will just say they gave him a certain magazine, if you remember, to help him ease his mind so he could make that throw.
Yeah. He was, quote, well, it wasn't a – it was a catalog.
Yes, it was a catalog, something like a lingerie catalog or something, yeah.
Next pitch, tap back to Lindsay again. Throws over to Burleson in time, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, the top of the fifth. We go to the bottom half of the inning, a 3-2 Summertown lead. Next on the X Sports Network. And welcome back here to Summertown. We go to the bottom of the fifth, a 3-2 Summertown lead over Loretto. A live look in at Luna Vision as could be the incoming storms coming our way. So hopefully we get at least one of these games in before we have to build Noah's Ark out there in center field. Greg Burleson is officially out of dirt. So we'll see how fast they can get the tarp out there and see if we can get 2 in here today if need be. Greenlee Taylor will lead things off, 7-8-9 here. First pitch is on the inside corner for strike one. Taylor is 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second, walk in the third. Cozart here through 4 innings has given up 3 runs off 5 hits, 6 walks, a hit by pitch, 2 strikeouts, now at 106 pitches. Comes the 0-1. That one misses high and in for ball one. Shout out to Will here, going all Major League Baseball Network on us, showing us the radar on the screen, live look-ins.
I've got a feeling next year if we give Will time, there's no telling what he's going to come up with that we'll have for next season.
We're going to mic up some players.
Yeah. We've even talked about umpire. We've talked about umpire cams too.
Umpire cam on the.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. Comes a 1-1, 2-1.
Although I don't know if we could be responsible if an umpire was to get hit with a ball, what words he might say on our umpire cam. That might be a concern.
Let's don't put audio on it, just video.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah, there's a way we can do that.
Okay.
Without micing them up. We just do the GoPro.
Yeah, I agree.
I already made Timmy run 40 foul poles for that one bad word he said earlier in the season. Told him 90%. Everyone's ever played baseball or softball knows what that means. Full count here to Greenlee Taylor. Next pitch from Cozart. On the inside corner for strike 3 in the first out of the inning. Third strikeout of the game for Cozart brings up the left fielder in Abriana Davis, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out to Cozart in the second, and a strikeout swinging in the third. Looks like we're going to have a pitch hitter coming in the game here for the Lady Eagles. That is going to be Atkinson coming in. Chelsea, right? Chelsea Atkinson, the pitch hit here for Davis. So everyone puts it in the scorebook.
This is the 8th spot.
Yep. So he comes up here with nobody on, one out here in the bottom of the 5th, a 3-2 Summertown lead.
Atkinson.
First pitch here from Cozart. That one is bunted just a bit foul for strike 1. Corner infield for Loretto was waiting on that one. Urban playing really in at third, and Bowie's starting to scoot up at first as well. Infield, middle infield playing normal, outfield playing a bit shallow at each position. Comes the 0-1. That one misses low and away for ball 1. Been really impressed here with both sides. I've seen that a lot at the high school level, especially how much scouting is done now and how much everyone is ready for just about anything, no matter even if a pitch hitter comes into the game. It's the 1-1. This one is hit into left, and that one's going to fall into the black hole for a base hit. A one-out single from the pitch hitter in Atkinson. 6th hit of the game for Summertown, and they got one on with one out. That's going to bring up Caitlin Gillum, the right fielder.
But you were talking about the scouting, AJ. You know, I think Exports has a big part of that, to be honest. You know, Coach Greg has talked about before how much he loves going and watching games, you know, and learning things, not just the other teams, his own team. But the issue is, of course, other teams are watching you as well, you know. So it's got its positives and negatives for sure.
First pitch from Cozart is in there for strike 1.
But, yeah, I think that has contributed some to that for sure.
Gillum, who's walked them both at bats in the second and third and got the bases loaded walk in the bottom of the third, has to go ahead and run. Tries to lay down a bunt, and that one's fouled back for strike 2. She also scored a run in the second inning. Dangerous Erica Abbott waiting on deck, who's 1 for 3 in the game so far. Have they gotten the runner on with one out in every inning so far?
Probably.
It feels like.
And loaded the bases with 2 outs in every inning.
You know, if that runner right there is left, that would be the 10th stranded runner.
That pitch gets away. Atkinson will make her way to second off the wild pitch. Count now 1-2.
Do you think we could talk about maybe they could work a deal where you could get like a third of a run for the number of runners you actually leave on? You know, maybe that would help.
Like
you know,
half a sack.
Yeah, well, like there's three, but yeah, half a sack. You know, so if you leave 3 runners on, then you get 1.5 runs for that inning. You know, something.
Comes a 1-2 from Cozart. This is way in for ball 2. Or it's like one of those things in hockey where, you know, there's like 3 guys that can get an assist on the ball.
Yes.
Yeah. Comes a 2-2. This is high for ball 3. In basketball, they got stricter standards for assist. Hockey, it's like, he touched it a minute ago.
Yeah.
You can give it to him. 3-2 from Cozart. That one is fouled back, a rise ball, as Gillum will stay alive here with the full count.
That was a very good pitch, but I also think Gillum just swung it easily ball 4.
Yeah. If you're Cozart here, you got to get this out though, somehow.
Yes. Yeah, especially with Abbott on deck, and what's to follow behind her. There's a full count offering. This one's lined in the left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Atkinson rounds third. No relay. She will score. The Lady Eagles lead at 4-2. That's her second RBI. Now still a runner on first with one out. Brings up Erica Abbott.
Cozart, I think, has done a great job. Both of these pitchers have today. The issue is when you get to 3-2 there, you were fortunate to get her to swing at the rise. You know at that point she's probably got to come in. You can't walk her. And that was a great job there.
Abbott tries a bunt. That one's fouled away for strike one. We talked about on those full counts. Sometimes, and we've all done it as a hitter, you make up in your mind you're going to swing no matter what.
Exactly.
And sometimes you get a good pitch. A lot of times you don't.
Well, and there's a reason the rise ball is so effective. You know, that's why so many kids throw it. It is effective.
Next pitch is right on the outside corner for strike two.
And Cozart, you know, does a great job of getting and releasing it low. You know, so when it relieves her hand, it looks like a fastball. You know, but by the time it gets to you, man, it's head and shoulder high. It's tough to lay off of. It's a chore.
0-2 from Cozart. This one's hit high in the air. Dover back on it. And Ray calls everybody off, makes the catch here for the second out of the inning. Good communication out there between Gazelle, Dover, and Ray. And just like you mentioned earlier, Adam, Ray went about 25 yards there to make that catch. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Anytime she says, I got it, you peel off.
Yeah.
So, and she's going for every ball she can get to.
Reynolds due up now is 2 for 2 with a walk, a double, and a single. First pitch here from Cozart misses high for ball one and does have a pair of RBIs on their tying double in the bottom of the second.
You know, and on a given day, that could have easily just been a pop-up to Briley, you know, in the dirt. But this wind, man, it has taken everything out.
Next pitch fouled down the left field line for strike one. Wind, it's dead at times, and other times it is whipping straight out the left field.
Yeah.
We saw that with Anna Burleson, probably going to be a routine pop-up, but it went all the way to the wall and left. Yep. Comes a 1-1. That's a change-up in the dirt for ball two.
And we're getting blowed away up here, and the American flag is almost hanging straight down.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There, so
it doesn't make sense, does it? The wind's hitting me right in my back, and we're right behind home plate.
Comes a 2-1. That one's hit high in the air off the rise ball. Dover camps underneath it, makes a catch, and that one will end the inning. The Lady Eagles add a run in the bottom of the fifth. They lead at 4-2 as we go to the top of the sixth here on the X Sports Network.
Tennessee Flight Training. We are training the next generation of pilots. Come and see why Tennessee Flight Training is the best way to learn to fly. Tennessee Flight Training. The skies are calling.
Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft has perfected blending old world craftsmanship with modern manufacturing technologies to create a full line of steel, wood, and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit southerncraftmfg.com.
Back here at Summertown, we go to the top of the sixth inning here. Lady Eagles leading Loretto here in this district championship game. We go to the top of the sixth here, top of the order. Actually, not the top of the order. 2-3-4 due up here for the Lady Mustangs. Briley Dover to lead things off, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out to short. Hannah Lindsay on for her sixth inning of work through 5, has given up 2 runs off 3 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts, sitting at 71 pitches. First one here to Dover. That one's in there for strike one. The Lady Eagles breathed a sigh of relief when Dover grounded out the Abbott at short in the third. Leading off here the inning. Lindsay alone looking at the sign from Taylor. Here's the 0-1. That one misses low for ball one. And Rodney, you pretty much know that she's probably not going to give him anything really good to hit here, as hot as she has been here over the last really month or so. Next pitch misses away for ball two.
Don't know what Greenlee was wanting there, but Hannah wasn't wanting to throw it, whatever it was. And so I do think they're pitching around her a little here.
Here's a 2-1. This one is a soft liner, but it's going to get down for a base hit. Second time on base, first hit of the game, fourth of the game for Loretto. Brings up Emily Cozart, the opposing pitcher, who's 1 for 2 with a RBI single to right. Her courtesy runner scored a run in the first, and then she grounded out the second and the third. Dover leads things off with a leadoff single. Cozart here for the third time against Lindsay. First pitch. Chopped up the middle, right back to Lindsay, and she overthrows everybody. Dover will stay at second off the air. It's the second error of the game here from Summertown. Now we got 2 on, nobody out here. Tied run at first base. Might get a courtesy runner coming in here. That will bring up Cambry Hansen here, the designated hitter. 1 for 2 with a single up the middle in the first, and it popped up to Abbott at short in the third. Looks like they are getting the courtesy runner rather. Here's the first pitch here from Lindsay. This is low from ball 1. And we are going to get the courtesy runners. Jesse Chance will come in the game for the Lady Mustangs. And Cozart will check out after reaching base for the second time. Comes a 1-0. And Hanson misses on the bunt attempt there for strike 1. Really feel the tension out here, Rodney.
It's big. Yeah. It's big. Big spot right here. Nobody out. Got to score some runs.
Here's a 1-1. That one's in there for strike 2.
Good pitch by Hannah there. You can't afford to fall behind here, or you have to give Cam something to hit. She can throw around now.
Here's a 1-2. Just misses away low for ball 2. Corner infield playing a couple steps in. Middle infield normal, outfield normal as well. Comes a 2-2. Misses away, and the count goes full with 3 balls and 2 strikes. A rare full count here from Hannah Lindsay. Now at 81 pitches. And the next pitch from Lindsay. Hit up the middle, Lindsay fields it. We'll just throw it over the first. Both runners will advance. We got 1 gone here in the top of the 6th inning. Now brings up J.B. Clifton, the catcher. 0 for 2, reached via an error in the first and grounded out to second in the fourth. Tying run at second base. Go ahead and run at the plate. First pitch from Lindsay. Ground ball, that's going to get through a base hit. Dover will score. Chance on her way to third. Clifton on her way to second, and she's out. So a run will score, and now the tying run is standing at third base with 2 gone. Might be a little too aggressive there, Rodney.
Yeah, you probably want to have that one back, but they've been aggressive all year. You live and you die by it. Sometimes it bites you, and sometimes it wins ball games for you. So Mustangs have been aggressive all year on the bases. Had a few outs at home plate, had a couple outs at third. This one here, JB, trying to move up, get into scoring position. Obviously, if you got runners second, third, with just 1 out, you're feeling good with Addison Bowie come to the plate, but doesn't get in there. So now you got 2 outs, still a runner on third, still tying run 60 feet away. So you'd love to see them be able to get this run in here.
Good job there by Summertown, recognizing that Clifton was trying to make her way to second. It wasn't a great throw, and a good job there by Abbott to hang on to that one to place the tag on. So got the tying run on third. Go ahead and run at the plate. Addison Bowie is 0 for 2. It hit into a fielder's choice for an RBI in the first. Struck out swinging in the fourth. First pitch here from Lindsay. This one is tapped down the third base line, but foul for strike 1. They've kind of, after struggling about, 3 or 4 consecutive 1-2-3 innings and starting to hit her here in the top of the 6th inning. Comes the 0-1 from Lindsay. That one's going to get away. Here comes Chance. The throw and not in time, and we are tied at 4 off the wild pitch. It's the first wild pitch of the game for Summertown, and a pair of runs here on the top of the 6th, and we are knotted up at 4. Nobody out here with 2 outs. 1-1 count. Here comes a 1-1. This is low for ball 2. 2-1 the count here. The 6-hole hitter for the Lady Mustangs. Next pitch from Lindsay. This is a bit low, and hitters counting now for Bowie at 3 balls and 1 strike. One from Lindsay. That one's in there for strike 2, making the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the full count offering. That one's in there for strike 3, and that will end the inning. Not before the Lady Mustangs get 2 on the top of the 6th to tie it up at 4. Summertown will try to answer in the bottom half of the inning. It's coming up next on the X Sports Network.
Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft has perfected blending old world craftsmanship with modern manufacturing technologies to create a full line of steel, wood, and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit SouthernCraftMFG.com.
Back here at Summertown, this district final, we go to the bottom of the 6th. Game tied at 4 here between Loretto and Summertown. Due up for the Lady Eagles, 3-4-5. Hannah Lindsay, Anna Burleson, and Reagan Burleson. Emily Cozart on for her 6th inning of work through 5. 4 runs off 7 hits, 6 walks, a hit by pitch, 3 strikeouts through 128 pitches. Lindsay, who's 0 for 3 in the game, a pair of flyouts to left and center, and then a pop-up to the pitcher in the 4th. Summertown trying to answer what Loretto did in the top half of the inning with this game tied at 4. First pitch from Cozart, and that one's in there for strike 1. Cozart threw 27 in the first, 24 in the second, 41 in the third, 13 in the fourth, and 23 in the fifth. Next pitch misses away for ball 1. 1-1 the count here, the 3-0 hitter in Lindsay. Comes a 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Anna Burleson waiting on deck, who's 1 for 3. Comes a 1-2. And rise ball misses high and away for ball 2. Followed by Reagan Burleson, who's reached base in all 3 at bats. Comes a 2-2. Lined in the left field. That one's going to get down for a base hit. Leadoff runner on for the Lady Eagles. Going to bring up Anna Burleson. The cleanup hitter is 1 for 3. Double off the wall in the first. A pair of infield pop-ups to first in the third and to the catcher in the 4th.
Number 32, Anna Burleson.
Starting to see some hard contact from both sides here late in the game. First pitch here, and Burleson's going to get down the bunt. Cozart throws over to first.
Goes it away.
Get away. And Lindsay on her way to third. Throw home, and everyone will advance off of the air. Now a pair of runners in scoring position with nobody out here will bring up Reagan Burleson.
Lindsay had an issue in the Mount Pleasant game. I don't know if some of you guys remember that, where she threw about 4 balls away from the pitcher's mound. Coco had the same issue there, but the reason was she didn't come up and throw the ball. She tried to aim it and lobbed it, and you've got to come up and just fire a rocket.
First pitch here to Burleson. That's a bunt. That's popped up in the air. Kozar will make the catch. And we have got one gone here in the bottom of the 6th inning, still with a pair of runners in scoring position. Brings up Hannah Jones, who's 0 for 2. Popped up to the catcher in the first, hit by a pitch in the third, and a fly out to left in the fourth. You would think here in this situation, any ball in the outfield is probably going to score. Lindsay.
Well, that's a ball. That ball, you just can't attempt to bunt that ball. That ball's up over your head almost. You've just got to get a pitch to drive to get down.
First pitch from Kozar, foul back for strike one. And when you're trying the bunt, that's when you're a hitter. Most of the time you think that's the easiest one to bunt because all you got to do is get the bat on top of it, and every time it just.
Well, and as many ground ball outs as Lindsay has induced, Coco's induced that many pop-ups.
Here's the 0-1. It's a ground ball to Dover. Dover will throw it home. Now we got a rundown going on here for Lindsay, and she's safe.
Yeah.
So everyone will reach base safely on that one. Now the bases are loaded with one out here for Greenlee Taylor.
That's not exactly a bad thing. You know, you definitely want the out if you're Loretto. But now it does set up forces at every base. And you also have a force at home here for something hit on the infield. The whole infield is in, so they're looking to go 4, including the second baseman as well. So they're hoping to get something right at them that they can get that force at home and cut that run down.
First pitch here from Kozar. Misses low and in for ball 1. Taylor's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts and a walk. You can really cut the tension in the air here. It is really tense here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here comes a 1-0. Hit high in the air, and this one's going to stay on the infield. Infield fly into effect. Dover makes the catch. Now we got 2 gone here, still with the bases loaded. We'll bring up Chelsea Atkinson, who had a single in her previous at bat and scored the 4th run of the game for Summertown. Infield still playing in here for a bit in, not as in as earlier. First pitch here. That one is foul back for strike 1. Summertown already has left 10 on base in the game. And the bases loaded, nobody out. Kozar back on the rubber. Here comes the 0-1. Lined up the middle, that's a base hit. Lindsay scores. Here comes Burleson. The throw not gonna come in. Summertown leads this one a 6-4 off the clutch. 2 out RBI single from Chelsea Atkinson.
Good piece of hitting right there. That's back-to-back for her. Big spot. You gotta try to get them runs in. That's what we was talking about.
Brings up Caitlin Gillen, the right fielder. Reached base all 3 times with a pair of walks and the RBI single. First pitch is on the inside corner for strike 1. Also had a bases loaded walk in the 3rd, so she's got a pair of singles. 2 on, 2 out. 6-4 Summertown lead. Here's the next pitch. Misses high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike here, the 9-hole hitter with Eric Abbott waiting on deck. Comes a 1-1. This one's a soft pop-up, and Urban will make the catch at 3rd, and that will end the inning. A bases loaded, 2 out, 2-run single from Chelsea Atkinson has given Summertown a 6-4 lead. Final chance for Loretto coming up here in the top of the 7th on the Exports Network.
Great food is just a short drive to Heine's Barbecue in Lawrenceburg. Mouth-watering is just one way to describe the amazing flavors of the best piece of Heine in town. When you dig into a plate of pulled pork, hand-chopped brisket, chicken, wood-fire oven pizzas, and the menu goes on. Wash it all down with a swig of Heine Shine lemonade, and then make your way over to the gift shop full of Heine sauces, snacks, and more. Heine's Barbecue, Highway 43 North in Lawrenceburg.
Back here at Summertown, we go to the top of the 7th. Lady Eagles leading Loretto 6-4 here, trying to add another game to tonight's schedule. 7, 8, 9 here due up for the Lady Mustangs. Do have a pitch hitter. It's going to be Kirsten Randall coming in for Carly Urban in this situation. So her first at bat here against Hannah Lindsay. First pitch here from Lindsay. That gets away for ball 1. Lindsay so far here through 6 innings, giving up 4 runs off 5 hits, a walk, 3 strikeouts. Comes the 1-0 to Randall. That one's in there for strike 1. So Loretto got 2 in the first, Summertown 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth. Loretto got 2 in the sixth, and then Summertown answered with 2 in the sixth as well. Swing and a miss on the next pitch for strike 2. And here comes a 1-2. This is away for ball 2. 2-2 the count here. The pitch hitter in Randall. Breeley Winters waiting on deck. Comes a 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will be the first out of the inning. 4th strikeout of the game for Lindsay will bring up Breeley Winters, the right fielder. 0 for 2 with a pair of ground outs to the shortstop and second in the second and 5th inning. Facing Lindsay here for the 3rd time. First pitch. That one's in there for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. This one's hit in the right field, and that one, what an incredible diving catch by Mackenzie Reynolds. We thought that was going to fall in, and Reynolds said no. That's a second out of the inning on an amazing play by Reynolds in center.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, AJ, the play earlier in the game from the Loretto center fielder where she laid out that effort, that's very similar right there. Both of these center fielders, well, honestly, these entire outfields are very gifted with a ton of speed.
I could have swore that was going to fall in for a 1-out single, and Reynolds skies over and makes the catch. So that brings up Jerica Ray, the center fielder.
And that's not the first one for Reynolds this year. She's made a couple of those to save Summertown some runs. So if you're Lindsay here and if you're Loretto, you need to try to do anything you can to get on here to get back to the top. If you're Lindsay, you need to take care of your business here so you don't get back to the top.
Jerica Ray here, a soft liner over Lindsay's head. The play by Abbott, the throw over to first in time, and that one, nope, said.
Ball come out of the first baseman's
glove. Came out of Burleson's glove, so now we have the tying run coming to the plate here in Aubrey-Ezell. Third error of the game for Summertown. Ezell is 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts in the first, second, and 5th. Representing the tying run here of 2 outs. First pitch. That one's in there for strike 1. Comes the 0-1 from Lindsay. This one's up the middle. Lindsay makes the play. Throws over to first in time, and that one will end the game. Summertown stays alive for a district championship. They take the first game here today, 6-4. Taking a look at the final stat line. Loretto, 4 runs off 5 hits, 1 error. They left 3 on base. Summertown, 6 runs off 9 hits, 3 errors, and they left 12 on base. Hannah Lindsay will take the win, going 7 innings, giving up 4 runs off 5 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Emily Cozart picks up the loss, giving up 6 runs off 9 hits, 6 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Guys, final thoughts here on the first game here tonight.
Well, I think Summertown put a lot of base runners on base and got them across the plate at timely spots, and that made the difference. We've had the last 3 games has come down to 2 runs each game, and so definitely 2 pretty evenly matched teams. Coco and Hannah both pitched great games there. Love seeing these ladies go deep into these games, into these weeks, and do what they do best. Couple of errors here and there that got a run here or there, and you're going to have that some. But overall, I think a classic game, and I expect another one here in a minute.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with Rodney. Both of these pitchers worked their tails off. if I was going to say anything, I thought Summertown did a little bit better job working Coco into a deeper pitch count. You know, I think she threw more pitches.
Absolutely.
Summertown at times did swing at a lot of balls, they, up in the zone, but they also worked her deep. And then I think the more, you worked her deep, the better pitches they got, and they got just the right hits they needed at the right time to squeak one out. But, yeah, really, it was just a game that could have went either way, and both of these teams had opportunities and missed them, both of them. I think win or lose, both of these teams can look back and say what coulda, woulda, shoulda. And I'm sure that'll be the same way for the next one too. So.
Yep, game 2 coming up here in about half an hour, obviously, weather permitting, and we'll have that one here next on the X Sports Network.
Going the distance with local sports.